welcome back to my channel. For this rock, the supplies I used was a rock that I made using the multi-mold made by the Happy Dotting Company, blue acrylic paint, gel nail polish, your choice of colors, 99% alcohol, a UV or LED light, and resin, which is optional. All of the supplies I used will be linked in the description below. So let's get started. Now I've painted my rock blue. I used an airbrush gun to paint it. You can definitely use acrylic paint, whatever method you decide. You just need a blue background. I then took a pencil and drew out my butterfly design. So for those of you that are not comfortable drawing out the design, I will have the traceable file over on my private Facebook group, which is called Rocking It with April May. I will have the link to that private group in the description below. It's free to join, and this is where you can find all of the traceable files for all my past videos. If you can't find a traceable file, just shoot me a DM and I'll get it loaded for you. So now I've picked out about 6 different gel nail polish colors. I have a royal blue, a bright pink, a soft pink, white, black, and a lavender purple. I'm also using a couple of nail brushes. I enjoy using these to paint small detail because they have a really good bounce back with the bristles and they hold their shape really well, which allows you to paint really small detail. So to start off with, I like to take the gel nail polish and brush some onto my glass palette. This allows me to paint from the puddle of paint, which is easier than painting from the bottle. So now that my butterfly design is all laid out, I start outlining my butterfly all in black. And if you're wondering why I'm using gel polish instead of acrylic paint, the reason is the gel nail polish allows me to paint and blend all without the paint ever drying. So this won't dry until you cure it under a light. This gives you a lot of work time, which is fantastic. If you're kind of a slow painter like I am, and I want to do a lot of blending in the wings, so this is going to allow me to do as much blending as I need on the wings without the paint ever drying up on me. So as a side note, if you ever need to clean your paintbrush to get the gel nail polish off, the best way to do that is to use alcohol. So I pour the alcohol into a little condiment cup, and then I can just rinse my paintbrush off in the alcohol and then wipe it onto a paper towel to clean the rest of the polish out. This worked better than using acetone. Acetone for me did not work, but the alcohol worked great for removing the polish from the bristles. So once I'm happy with the outline, I go ahead and I cure it for 30 seconds under the light. Once the outline is cured, it can't be screwed up. Now that my outline is all dry, I'm taking the royal blue, the bright pink, and mixing those two together to make a darker purple. Because I didn't have a dark purple, so I just figured I would make it. And I added the dark purple to my back set of wings. So that's that little area above my front set of wings where I added the dark purple. That's the back set of wings. I think if I redid this design, I would separate the 2 sets of wings a little bit more than I did. But I designed this on the fly, so this is just how it turned out. Normally, I design all of my stuff on my in Procreate on my iPad, and I can work out any of those design issues. This is what happens when I design on the fly. So I think it turned out okay. I'm just not so sure that you can really differentiate between the back set of wings and the front set of wings. That's the only reason why I'm explaining it. So now I'm taking that soft pink or baby pink, whatever you want to call it, and I am going to color in both sets of the front wings. And you want to make sure that you're pulling your brush stroke in the direction of the wing growth, if that makes any sense. So I'm dragging because this is going to leave brush strokes if you can't get it smooth. So you want your brush strokes to kind of make sense with the way the wing is designed. Now I'm taking my lavender purple and I'm going to go around kind of the edges of both sets of the front wing. And I'm pulling it into the baby pink to kind of soften it. And now I'm adding the bright pink over the baby pink and blending that all in. But I'm not blending it completely. I want to see the striations of all the different colors. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing to this lower wing, outlining the design in the lavender purple. And then I'm going to go in with the bright pink. And again, I'm not blending it smoothly. I'm leaving those striations. So now I did add a little bit more of the royal blue to the pink to create that dark purple. Because you can blend these just like you would acrylic paint. So if you don't have the color you need, you can make your own. If you have the bright pink but don't have the light pink, add white to it. And now you've got the light pink. So I cured that for 30 seconds. And your gel polish may have a different curing time. So make sure you read your instructions. Mine's 30 seconds. And so now that whole butterfly is completely dry. And now I'm going over it again on top to create the internal wing design. So you can layer these paints. That's another thing that's kind of great about this. So now I'm going in and adding the wing structure, I guess, the design for the wing structure. And I'm not sure I'm 100% in love with this wing design. That's why I like to pre-design my rocks on my iPad. I'm not a big fan of doing things on the fly, but I got these gel nail polishes in and I was so excited about it and I really wanted to give them a go. So I just sat down and started painting. And I didn't have any reference photos. I normally use a lot of reference photos when I make my designs, and so I was just kind of winging it. I think it's pretty, but I would probably do the design a little bit different. So you can see I'm still just adding layers of the nail polish until I'm happy with the coloring. And once I kind of work through a layer of the gel polish, I'll cure it and then go back and tweak anything that I don't like. And remember, you can blend your polishes together. Here I added a little bit of black to that dark purple to darken the wing where it connects to the body. So I'm just going to keep going back over this in layers until I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to take the black and go back over the black part of my design just to clean up those lines, because I get a little bit of the polish on them, and so the lines don't look as crisp. So I'm just going to go back and clean up the black lines. And now I'm feathering that black line into the wet gel polish. And I'm doing the same thing to that top section as well. Now I'm adding a little bit of blue. I decided I wanted some of this, just the royal blue in here, just for a change in color. And then I got some of the areas a little too dark with the black, so I'm going back over it with more color to lighten that back up. So this really works a lot like acrylic paint. You just have a longer work time. And the colors don't seem to blend as fast, so you don't end up with like a mud as quick. And now I'm curing the light again, or curing the rock again, sorry. So now that that's all dry, I'm taking white gel polish, and this is my smallest nail dotting tool, and I'm going to dot just random white dots around the edge of my front set of wings. I'm kind of hoping that this will separate the front set of wings from the back set of wings. That was kind of the whole reason for going with that particular design element. I also used that same white to do the eye shine and a little bit of a highlight on the body, just to add a little dimension to the body. So now I'm taking the two browns that I had in my set of gel nail polish and an orange. I didn't end up using the orange, but I'm taking the darker brown, which is like maybe a raw umber if you were using acrylic paints, and I'm gonna just paint in my branch limb design. And I'm just doing this on the fly, but I will have this whole design, the traceable file, over on my private Facebook group, like I said in the beginning. Now I'm going to cure that. Now that all the dark brown is done, I'm going to cure that. And now I'm taking the more red color of the red brown, which would be like a burnt sienna, and I'm using that as my highlight on the branch. Then I'm going to take black and use that as my shadow color on the branch. And don't forget the little antennas, or antennae. Is it antennas or antennae? I don't know. And just cleaning up any little areas that I see that need to be tweaked. and we are almost completely done. And this will do a final cure, and I'll show you what the finished rock looks like. I will also, as promised, show you what next week's rock video is going to be. So stay tuned. That's coming up next. So here is the finished rock. If you decide to give this design a try, please post it on social media with the hashtag AMFA, so that way I can see your creations. I would love to see them. As promised, here's the sneak peek of next week's tutorial. This rock was created using alcohol inks, and I can't wait to show you just how simple it is to create this rock. So if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know the minute this tutorial is released. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week.